I didn't say that.
You were just afraid that you had to do the prayer and didn't have one.
That's exactly what we were waiting.
I don't care about the rest of the meeting.
I was a Boy Scout, I'm prepared.
All rise. Commissioner Arner, if you may lead us in a pledge and a prayer.
Father, bless us as we gather for this meeting. Guide our minds, hearts, so we will work together. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held September 12th, 2024.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning county business? Hearing none,
The report of executive sessions held.
there were none.
Department reports. The budget transfers.
Motion approved. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of check numbers 246038 through 246146 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $995,501.33.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The treasurer's report.
Motion to approve is presented.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. We will recess the commissioners' meeting at this time and move on to the salary board.
Yes.
Report of executive sessions, there was one on September 17th at 2:45 PM. And are there any guests here concerning salary board business? You like the way I put them together, huh? Okay, with that.
Okay, our next item is courts. Judge Nanovic?
So I have two motions, well, I guess it's four the way it's structured, but two positions I'd like to make. First, I'd like to make a motion to establish a position of one juvenile probation specialist at $14.83 per hour. That's at a grade 3, step A, effective as of September 30th, 2024.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next, I'd like to make a motion to abolish the position of one clerical specialist at $14.83 per hour, grade 3, step A, effective as of September 30th, 2024.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
My next motion is to establish the position of one administrative assistant at $19.93 per hour, a grade 5, step I, effective as of September 30th, 2024.
Second.
And just before the vote, this is a position involving an employee who's been here for 22 years, which says a lot, I think, for an employee in the county. We've had a lot of turnover. It's an employee who's been a valued employee. The recommendation here is in part that it's knowledge of her experience and her knowledge in the office. So the motion, I believe, is an appropriate one at that step.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
No.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Okay. My final motion is to abolish the position of one juvenile court secretary 2 at $18.51 per hour, a grade 4, step H, also effective as of September 30th, 2024.
Motion approved. Or second, sorry.
Judge Nanovic?
Well, I like the approval too.
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Have a very good day.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item is the archives. Change the rate of one archivist/records manager from $20.68 per hour at grade S1 step J to $21.72 per hour at grade S2 step J, effective September 30th, 2024.
Motion to change?
I'll second that with a little bit of discussion, and nothing to disapprove of the wage increase. The only thing that I have, it's archives record manager, but I think it should be director. I mean, this person directs everybody else, but, I mean, this is the way the motion is at, but I'm fine with the way it is, but I think it should be, she should be a director.
Can we amend that, or
Yeah.
will we amend that?
You can amend.
Okay,
Would
then
that be,
I'll make the motion.
Well, wait, I have,
Oh, do we have to vote on this
a
first?
question, would that be in line with all the other titles similar? As a director or manager, I guess it's.
okay,
We're kind of split throughout the county.
so then let's first, okay, should we first clear the motion on the rate hike, and then make a separate motion to change the job title?
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good, so then call the vote on the rate pay.
Okay. Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes,
Okay, now do we need an amended
I
motion?
will make the amended motion to read as, do we wanna still keep it as director of archives and records? Is that what the title would be in?
You could just do director.
Okay. Change it to director,
Archives Director?
yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes,
Next item is Emergency Management Agency. Change the rate of one EMA coordinator trainee from $22.19 per hour, grade S7, step A, to $24.50 per hour, grade S7, step E, effective September 24th, 2024.
Motion to change rate?
Second?
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
yes.
And that's it.
Any further business? With that, we will reconvene in the commissioners' meeting
We'll adjourn this one.
and adjourn the salary board.
Your next item is the personnel report for county departments.
Motion to approve,
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes,
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion acknowledged?
Second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Next item is adult probation. Item number 24-441, an amendment to the JAG local initiatives funding.
Motion ratified?
Second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes,
Advertising requests, number 24-442 and number 24-443.
Motion approved?
Second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
yes.
Archives Service Agreement, number 24-444, for their software support.
Motion approved?
Second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes,
Juvenile Court, number 24-445, grant in aid, award of funding for approval.
Motion approved?
Second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
yes.
Planning and Development,
Motion to approve, guidelines,
number 24-446, the Open Space Program Guidelines. Okay, you made the motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The Public Defender. Item number 24447, a purchase of service agreement for a new copier.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The Solicitor's Report.
Thank you. Item 24-448, approval and execution of a banner request.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item 24-449, motion to adopt resolution 24-037, recognizing the 150th anniversary of Diligent Fire Company.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Under Public Defender, item 24-450, for approval and execution of an extension termination to the agreement with Anzalone Forensic Psychology.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
All right, and collectively under tax assessment, items 24-451, 24-452, and 24-453, authorizing refunds due to the Board of Assessment Appeals in the amounts of $31.85, $648.96, and $344.04.
Motion to approve and make payment on the three.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Nothing further for the Solicitor's Report.
Any further business? Commissioners' reports, Mr. Honor?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Notstein?
Yeah, are we gonna have the open space discussion on what we passed today?
Sure, we'll do that under the press if they wish.
Okay.
Mr. Sifranco?
I just have two items. One is I'd like to thank all the county row office holders, the judges, the magistrate judges, and the county employees. This past Tuesday, correct, Tuesday, we had an Employee Appreciation Day here held up in Kemmer Park, and everyone really came together, and it was really great to see a lot of the county employees come and spend some time up in the park for lunch. It was provided by those that I had stated, and it was just a good day to get everybody together and show our appreciation, and kind of felt good to see all the row offices and everyone showing appreciation to the employees, but also what else felt good on my side was a lot of the employees thanked us also. So it was just an overall very good day that everyone was, it was kind of like an appreciation for all. So I thank you, and we look forward to more of those building events, team building events, and bringing people together from the county and our employees. So I thank you for all of that.
I would also mention that the leftover food, these chips and hot dogs, rolls, drinks, etc., were donated then to Family Promise, correct?
Yes. And just so you know, before you ask, it all was paid for by the county row office holders. No county money was expended. And then the other thing I'd like to bring up is, just real quick, I'd like to give an update on this because we have a grants coordinator. And it should be noted that we were given a paper late last evening when it all finished. And to date, we have over $1 million in grant funding positions in various stages. And where that kind of sits out in the county, and you saw some action on that in the paper in here today, is that's $1 million in positions that are being funded not by the general fund budget. So that's coming specifically from grant money to achieve goals over and above what the tax base itself cannot hold. So, I mean, that's something that I don't think we're ever always aware of, and we've never pulled that together. And there's more money there as we're pulling in, but when you figure there's over $1 million in positions that are being paid for through grants, that's a pretty nice savings. I'm not saying, well, we still pay taxes, and grants come from taxes, but it's not a direct hit to our general fund. And one of those actions you will see where we were able to they worked together real well with the adult probation office and found that money that was not fully expended there. And they were able to keep 2 positions and fund them for next year. So I'd like to thank Chief Halter and Val for doing a job really well done there, and found the $100,000 that we were a little concerned in going down the end of this year.
you mention the number of grants that she's tracking?
I think there was.
One, I believe.
Currently, excuse me?
Spreadsheet 61, I believe. that
Six,
was.
okay, what would you ask me for? You know I don't do well with paper, I'm over.
Story. Don't tell her half the story.
You know I don't do well with paper, I like this, so.
I'll have a word with him after the meeting.
Well, he's in rare form today, isn't he? So, with that, I have nothing further. Anything else? Okay, then that concludes the commissioners' meeting. Retirement board. Ms. Harmon?
Good morning. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held August 15th, 2024.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman? Yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Are there any guests concerning retirement board business? There are none. There were no executive sessions held. Motion to ratify warrant checks number 41081 to 41085. Direct deposit number 7028204 to 7028624 for August.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman? Yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Retirement activity for August. We had 3 retirement refunds, 1 superannuation retirement. The monthly disbursements for August, the benefits was $500,857.71. Refunds, $2,704.94. Total disbursement, $503,562.65. The portfolio value as of August 31st, 2024 is $92,646,461.39. We received no correspondence. Anything for the solicitor's report?
No report.
Any new business or old business? Any further business? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Okay, with that, we will move to the press. So I think last week we were up front with Amy, this week we'll go back with Rachel first.
Well, yeah, I don't know who wants to talk about it. I guess can you kind of tell us about the program guidelines and what does that look like?
Sure. So, the program guidelines kind of establish what can happen for the program, what kind of applicants apply for the grant funding, and the steps you can take to go through the application process. So it's just that kind of stuff.
What does that look like though? Like if someone is looking to apply, well, whatever.
Okay. So, we are having IT currently set up a form online through the county website, and in that form it's the application to apply, and it'll have a PDF attachment of the guidelines, so you can look through them on there, and then it'll also have like another attachment, like of our appraisal policy for the guidelines.
Do you guys kind of have an idea of what you're like looking for in a project?
Yeah, so we're looking for applicants with land protecting water quality, wildlife, and natural areas.
And when will people be able to apply?
We're not totally sure yet when we're opening the application.
Is there like a rough estimate?
Do you have a rough estimate?
We have a open space advisory board meeting tonight. The topic of that advisory board meeting will be how to do the rollout, the initial rollout of it, and how they want to get that out to the public tonight. So after tonight, we should have more information on that.
And I don't know if you have anything else about that, Amy?
It's actually for the commissioners, I guess. What is going forward with the 10 million bond for this? Like, where does that stand?
You mean,
I'll give you an answer. I didn't know.
money-wise, or?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
where,
Well, we're probably at 9 million right now, correct?
There
with-
was $1 million last year
Yeah.
forwarded to start with that, so now they're looking at 9 million as to how much of that we are going to, and I think that discussion is gonna take, some of that'll take place tonight, as to how much of that 9 million is going to be released or requested. Obviously, the county's not gonna put, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm gonna put $9 million out there right away, because county taxpayers, even though they voted for that cost to be passed on to them, I don't think anyone wants that size of a millage increase to pay back or bond $9 million. So obviously, we're gonna have to solicit for some bids and everything else to handle that, and come up with a number that we feel we can grow with and work.
Okay, so the financial decisions are still being worked out.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's gonna hinge a lot on the applications, what they're for, et cetera, and, the board, what their recommendation will be, whether we, go with that or not, but I think it's gonna hinge a lot on, the applications that we get.
Thank you.
Okay, well then, I guess, Rocky, why did you vote no for the fourth
Okay.
position?
I was glad you asked me that. This goes all the way back to the conception of this job description study. And I'm not contesting anybody making a better wage, but I think last year we actually had a similar situation where there was a person that through the job study only got 4 cents. And it was brought up and it was actually the recorder of deeds. And I think it was denied to give that person a raise, and I actually made the motion to give that person 1 step. And that person, I think, had over 40 years here. Now, we're coming in here, and by changing this, the grade, this person is actually getting, I think it's 41 or 47 cents just by changing the grade, by not. And the way that it was set up, if you went over the rate, you would get the next step up. And this person was 1 cent under, which, I mean, hey, you won the lottery here, you got 47 cents more. But then in this one, this motion here, this person actually got 2 steps above that, and I don't agree with that. You know, and we never ever set anything on longevity, never. And now all of a sudden, now this person, is this person more valuable than the one that was here 44 years? I mean, I think if it would have been made the motion below, the step below, I would have been all right with it, because it's consistent with what we did before. Now we're going 2 steps above. I don't get it. I mean, you gotta keep consistent with it. And yeah, this person, when they moved up, they got lucky that they were only, the step was 1 cent under what they were getting now. So now you go to the next step, which would have been 47 cents more. So this person in this motion, I don't know what they made, was, like, what would have been, Samantha, $1.50 something or whatever with this motion extra?
I think that's what she ended up getting.
You know, and like I said, the person that got 4 cents in their initial study got the next step. Now this person here gets 44 cents plus 2 steps, or 47 cents. And I just don't agree with that. Keep things consistent, you know, and you wonder why people are mad at each other. Well, now this one here got 2 steps, what does the one that only got 1 step feel like? Versus 44 years versus 25, and that's just what I'm saying. If the motion would have been that 1 step under, I would have been glad with it, but not the 2 steps. It's just not the, you gotta be fair to everybody.
And that did not occur at the adoption of that study grade where people got nothing or 4 cents when the cost of living increase was so high. So I feel a lot of people were treated unfairly at that time, and it's taken forever to correct the problem. I know HR has a lot of work to do, trying to keep up with the job descriptions when we thought we'd have all this straightened out in about 6 months, but the time consumption for reevaluating all the job descriptions has taken a lot more time than expected, and it's gonna be some time until these positions and job descriptions are straightened out, but we have to do a more frequent update, or as things change, evolve around here with job duties, we have to reevaluate them as they come up. Each case is certainly different. depending where that person might have, one person have 40 years, maybe one has 20, but you also have to look at the job descriptions, what they do, the responsibilities, the amount of supervision they get or give. There's so many different variables on, you know, how these decisions are made. So it's not, I must say that the salary board and salaries are one of the most difficult decisions we have to make for the employees. We try to be fair to all the people. It's not that easy to do that, not that easy to do it all at one time. One motion today with one of our longtime employees and the responsibilities the person had. We talked about it this week, and it certainly had to be adjusted because that person, and we're talking about the archives division, because of the amount of people she works with or supervises, and she was rated at the same level as 2 part-timers, and the only ones on that lower level, on the S1. So I think that's a prime example that we have to look at each individual case and try to be fair to all. And I think we all agree on that one, that woman had to be adjusted. It just wasn't fair to her either for the amount of time she has here. And we're hiring people at a higher rate than she's getting, so. There's a lot of variables, though.
The only thing I would say in reference to it is we're not all gonna agree with what was done in the past.
No.
I wasn't here for that, so we can't debate the past, it's past. And we're not all gonna agree moving forward. And that's fine too. The fact is, we came here, we made a decision, and we move on. I think the story really is all 3 commissioners agree that there needed to be a raise and there needed to be an adjustment. Maybe the amount of the adjustment is just what we disagree on. That's all. It's not that we don't disagree on giving people raises. I think that should be the story, is we all agree with that. It's just, and I don't think there's anybody that sat at that meeting that didn't agree on that. And it's just the amount, and that's nothing against Commissioner Arner or Commissioner Notstein. It's just that we're gonna disagree on some stuff, and this is, hey, last week we had a great talk about tablets. Let's get back on tablets. But no, I think that's the point, is we all agree that there needs to be a raise. It just might be the amount at times, that's all. That's all I have to say.
That's all I have.
Thank you, that's enough. Amy,
Good, thank you.
wow. With that, thank you all very much. Enjoy your weekend. I don't know of anything big going on around the county this weekend. If I missed anyone this week, I apologize, but enjoy, and we'll see you all next week.